This is of course from Oppo, and a few weeks back I reviewed the Oppo F3 Plus. That was the big smartphone with a great front facing camera and a great price, which is around 30,000 rupees. And if you feel that price is a lot, then look no further, because Oppo has given you another option, and this one is the Oppo F3, not the Plus. This one would cost you around 19,000 rupee. Again, gives you that dual front facing camera to click those amazing selfies. And what else is there? Is it a value for money smartphone? Well, so let's get going. The F3, it's of course another phone that will offer you great selfie. In fact, it has another option which is called group selfies, which will just make sure that it just becomes wider, more people come into the frame, and you get that amazing selfie. Besides this, if I talk about the look of the phone, standard Oppo design, nothing new about it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's still a neat, clean, sturdy phone. They've used metal and plastic very nicely. It's not all metal. They've used plastic and metal at the right places, which gives it a sturdy look, a pretty look, a beautiful look, so to say. Here you get a 5.5 inch of display. It's a full HD display, which is bright enough, and viewing angles are decent, but just sort of little reflective. So when you're stepping outside, you'll have to crank up the brightness in order to really make out the display. Now this phone is powered by a MediaTek processor. It's an octa-core processor, 6750, and there's 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 256 GB. If I talk about the overall performance, it's pretty good. It's not really that bad. Of course, when I say it's a MediaTek processor, it is not really up to the mark in terms of its Snapdragon brethren. It's a little underpowered, of course. But then your day-to-day tasks, your real-life usage will not be affected whatsoever. You can, do your web surfing, watch videos, and all those things. Multitask, 8-10 windows is good. More than that, you will start to feel those lags. But yeah, that's it. Otherwise, not really a big problem. It's not really a power phone, so you can play your games. Asphalt worked really well, so I think you're pretty sorted. It doesn't really heat up that much as well. But then if you compare it to other processors, in fact, if you compare it to a Snapdragon 625 processor, you will feel the difference. So yeah, that's what you get. And also it's running on Android's older version, Marshmallow, which is, I don't know, it's nougat time. In fact, we're waiting for Android O. So still, Android Marshmallow with their own custom UI, the Color OS 3.0. Alright, let's talk about the main feature now, the dual camera. You have a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture and another 8 megapixel camera with f2.4 aperture. So you're getting almost 120 degree of wide angle. Now, which will also ensure that you can take those group selfies, a big group, because when you're taking a selfie, at max you can get 5-6 people, and with a particular angle here, the group selfie mode, you can capture a lot of people. Would really come in handy, especially when you're out on those reunions and when there's a big team. Now, of course, the only trade-off here is that some details, some colors and dynamic range is missing, but I think in a group selfie that hardly matters, because you want to ensure that everybody is there and all the faces are visible. Otherwise, the normal selfie mode, it works pretty well. You get good colors, good details. You also get that bokeh effect, so that can make those selfies really stand out as well. You get a 3200 mAh battery, and doesn't sound much these days. A lot of phones are coming with 4000, which is somewhat going to become a standard now. But with 3200 mAh battery, the phone will last you for about 7 to 8 hours. But then I think all right. So yeah, charge your phone when you leave for work, and make sure you charge a little bit more when you're leaving. And of course, when the battery is really dying, you can make use of those power saving or energy saving mode. The verdict time. So should you be buying the Oppo F3? Well, there aren't many reasons not to buy this phone. The reason why you should be buying this phone is because you have the money and you desperately want to buy a phone ASAP in the evening. You just have to go to any shop and you will find this phone. And of course, you will buy this phone because it's a good looking phone. I like the build quality. The display is also nice. The camera is also absolutely good if you're one of those who is into selfies, and of course, that is the main reason why you'll buy this phone. The performance is decent, and that's it. And if you want to look at other options, there's of course the old Moto Z Play. There's one from Asus. The Zenfone 3 is still working well. And yes, so yeah, the main reason is if you want to really buy a phone and if you want to buy a good selfie phone, then this is it, the Oppo F3.